Hello everyone, welcome back to Man Pickle 72 here. Yeah, I thought I'd do a little lobster, show you kind of how I find my lobster. Hope everyone is doing good today. It's the 1st of 2022. Hopefully we have a better year this year. Everybody has a good New Year's resolution, something they want to do better, change in their life. Hope they come true. So you gotta tip it just a little more. There, see if that's any better. I don't know what's with the coloring around my border. Interesting. Well, I got a tip that was just way below me, and it was like 5 days ago. So you kind of guesstimate how much they've moved in, say, a week from in between tips. And then I always try and pinpoint them by working as far away as I can, or where I think would be good, even if you hit the halfway point, and then start working down towards where your tip was from. You'll pinpoint them. You'll know if they're going to go higher up than where you first started. This is just trying out right here. It's the 15. Pot number 15. Thought I'd try along the ledge because they weren't down deep. So I'm working back towards my tip. This one takes a while to fill up, being as it's a 1.1 million pounds of lobster. It looks like I'm sitting at 96,000. And the average pot I'm looking at, see, there's not very many down below, 4 or 5 roughly. I'm 3 to 4,000 pounds each trap, which isn't bad. If you can find the hot spot though, you might be 6, 7, 9,000. I have yet to see a 10,000 pot. I think that would be max. Another beautiful day out on the water. Out on the BJ2. SSBJ2, that is. Freaking chair's loud. $6,000. That's not bad. There's a fair few down there. And I fished this habitat, I think, twice now? Maybe 3 times? But that was all further down. Just north of Yarmouth anyways. Gulf of Maine. Not so many down there now. This one might not be so good. 3,000 maybe? I'm guessing. Maybe 3,000 pounds. Each of these buoys is 10 pots. This is a nice boat, holds 300 traps. So it gives us 30 lines. There's just sometimes with this boat, you gotta go slow within 5-6 knots to get to a buoy. Anything over that, it seems like you just keep on traveling. Go right past them. How many we got? Oh wow, 6,324 pounds of lobster. That's pretty good. I'm at 109,000 pounds. Wow, only just under 1,000,000 pounds to go. Only jumping. It'll take a week to fill. Unless you can find a real hot spot. I'm trying to keep her around 6 knots. Yeah, I can't remember if it's in this video or if it would be the next one that I'm having major issues with it, trying to stop, but just doing 12, 16 knots right on by the buoys. It's like you can't even go in reverse, you just keep going. Use your bow thrusters the best you can. Try and do a 360 to slow down. Definitely got issues. Alright, let's see how this does. The good old grind of fishing North Atlantic. Well, thank you to everybody that's been watching, following along. Number 18. See where it is, line up. Maybe turn the nose if I need to by using the bow thrusters. If the rudder doesn't do it enough. I like crabbing because as soon as you pick the pot up, you can get moving. I could imagine just sitting here for 2 minutes while you're pulling 20 traps. If you put 20 on a string, you'd only have 15 of them. You'd have to have a good hot spot where you could just keep on pumping them out. This whole spot doesn't look that bad. From about where we were up to 18, still looking good. Still lots on the bottom there. They're on that shelf. 9,000 pounds. Yep. Well, I guess they weren't down in that deep, because that's where my first sets were. Didn't do so hot, so move up the shelf, try and find them. Spot my next buoys. Yeah, looking good. You know, I'm tracking, just drifting towards that direction. Yeah, sometimes by the time you get stopped, and if you ran down there, you might be able to do 2 traps before you gotta move again. I might as well just stay at the wheel, stay at the helm, keep her tracking. That's what I pay them for. Yeah, still looking decent along the bottom. There's still some more lobster down there, so that's good. 6,234 pounds on that last string in 10 pots. So we're looking at 60, not quite 60 pounds per trap kept. So that's not too bad. I mean, as good as it's gonna get. You can't catch them if you don't put the traps in. But yeah, you gotta try and find a good spot. Search around those tips. They do move, so you can predict them. So you can, if you can get ahead of them, you can work your way back and just find the mother loads where they're just thick. And that'll allow you to put down fish at least twice without killing it. Yeah, this boat's like 4 million, I think it was. The Arctic Pioneer. It's an oddball shape. Reminds me of like a ferry, car ferry. Super high sides. He doesn't need that much freeboard. I could see it if you actually, once you're a million pounds loaded, that you'd sit halfway up that black. But nope, it still rides that high. And slow her down. Look at him, neutral, and I'm still doing 5 knots. Okay, I'm starting to slow down. Nice and easy. Line up. Sometimes it's nice knowing how far of a radius you have for your catch, so you can throw to the buoy. You don't have to be so close. This one I could be twice that distance from it and it should be okay. And it's good that you don't have to be 90 degrees almost to that, in between the buoys, the direction of the buoys. You can come in between the 2 buoys and still pick it up. Alright, where's that next one? It should be still ahead of us. $11 more plots to go. Sorry, 110 plots to go. Mind you, we're still pulling this one, so. Definitely a beautiful game. Oh, there's still some down there. Nice and slow. Yeah, I think it was it'll be in my other video. You'll see me, I go past one and gotta go down to the next one, do a 360, come back up, do the other one, spin back around. Definitely a pain in the ass. I don't know why they're doing, like, you don't need to do that animation for pulling it up. That's what the block's for. You should be coiling up that line into a bucket or something. Or coiling it up to throw back in the trap. At least grab the trap and pass it over like you have to do as a mini game. Yeah, if you plan it right and you're drifting just enough and you're not worried about your speed, you can easily run down while it's in neutral, just slowly going along towards your buoy to run down and get there by the time they've started sorting their second pot of the 10, and you can still do, I don't know, 4 if you're lucky. I know that don't add up, but it's either the second or third one they're working on by the time you run there. So, and I don't keep count of them as I'm pulling them in or helping them. I'll keep an eye for that last one to get pulled up, and once that one's on there, I'll flip back to the wheelhouse and on the throttle, the hammer down. There's a fair bit down there. Another good spot to reset if you needed to. Could be, I guess. But then you want to have enough room to be able to set that one before picking up the next one. Can't be too close. And sometimes it's a pain in the ass where you're trying to back up and the current's pushing you closer to the other one. It's like, no, it's not working. So we got one trap. That's 2. That's 3 traps. That's 4 traps. That's 5 traps. That's 6. That might be too small. I see eyeball. We're gonna keep it anyways. See, that's 6. So that means they've pulled already 4 by the time you get there to help. They're freaking fast. I think it is a little faster with you helping. Maybe. Unless you end up pressing the button and you pick the trap up, then you gotta turn around and throw it in a pile. Right? 8,200 pounds, that was a good spot. So yeah, it would be a good spot to reset back. And you're only keeping the big ones anyway, so in theory you shouldn't be killing your population because they're going to be spawning and having more small ones. You might have to wait another year. That'd be interesting. You had to wait an extra year for them. Ones that you threw back this year were big enough to keep next year. And then you'd only find the odd big one or whatever that you've missed. Yeah, but you never know. I doubt that's going to happen, or how they have it set up. In a perfect world, I'd develop one hell of a game. I have the idea that you just have somebody else to do figuring it all out. I really wish they'd put in that DLC that I suggested to do with the port. Build your own port. And everybody that has over $100 million has something that they could be building into. Spending some money on building a nice marina for your boats that you actually have them sitting in the water. That'd be freaking awesome. Have all your big boats together, all your small boats. I could have my big boats kind of off wharfs around the outside of a breakwater. Like have the outside breakwater, and then inside that, along those breakwaters, have nice berths for the big boats, and then as you're going down, get to where your warehouse and that all are, and docks, processing or whatever, fuel, if you had fuel docks. Have some medium-sized boats in there, like the Double Trouble. You could have them in the zones too. Okay, well, all those ones there do lobster. Those are my long line boats. Those are my crab boats. That'd be kind of cool. Say $8,000 or $10,000 per dock. The dock is, say, 4x8. No, 6x10, 6x12, something like that. So that it would take two sections to make a nice wharf for a big boat or a medium-sized boat. Small boat, you could get off of one of them. The big boat, you might even have to have like 4 to 5. That'd be cool. And then you'd have to actually dock your own boat into each slipway. Oh yeah. Everybody wants to be able to dock their own boats. Nobody'd be fast traveling to the dock there. You could do it that way if you wanted to, but you could have like a waypoint or some type of deal out, like a lighthouse or something that you could travel to, and then slowly steam into the rest of your harbor through the breakwater or whatever. Something like Lockport's kind of got. But now you could have a spot where you want to pick it out of 8 or 10 spots throughout the whole outside water, wherever there's an island. Hell, it'd be cool to even have an island. This is my own island, and then have a nice bay, and then have your dock and everything else in it. That'd be cool. And say it costs you like, save up $10 million to buy the actual plot for where you're gonna put it. So then it takes you a while to actually, by the time you get, it'll be 2-3 boats in, you could have the 10 million and start building. For that matter, with doing tuna, frig, 2 trips and you're at $1 million, you can get a loan for 10 million. Boom, pay it off, get building. But I doubt if that's ever gonna happen. Looks like I need to pause you for a second. Yeah, it was a quick pause for a second here. Should be starting here. Yeah, we'll do a couple more pots there and call it good. Oh, whoop, went too fast. There we go. I thought this one was going to be an hour long, but I think I had it paused for probably 10-15 minutes to probably go out and have a smoke and make a coffee or whatever. But yeah, that's it. We'll do another video. Have a great day, everyone. Take care. Be good to one another.